Hi there, my name is John Stevens, pastor of Zion Lutheran Church in Oregon City, Oregon, and we are part of the ELCA. And welcome to Dollar Store Children's Sermons, where we take a look at the lectionary text, tie them to an item from the Dollar Tree or the junk drawer or the kids' room or the garage. You know how we've been doing it. And thank you so much for being a partner in this ministry and for spending a little bit of your week with me in this way. First of all, a word of thanks for all of you who have donated to the Dollar Store Children's Sermon website, and to me it is it's very moving, and I really am at a loss of words. I have a lack of words, but thank you. If you have considered donating to this ministry, there is in the show notes on YouTube. There's the Venmo address, and on the blog there's a PayPal link. I greatly appreciate it. It's never required, but always appreciate it. I appreciate it greatly. Yes, rolls right off the tongue. But thank you so much. An exciting thing is that in between, so I'm recording this before it happens, but this is for the children's sermon for the Sunday after. But December 5th, Monday, December 5th, is my 23rd anniversary of ordination. It's pretty darn exciting. I just shaking my head. I love it. So, love doing this stuff. Love y'all, and I'm excited. So, this is for the narrative lectionary, and we're looking at Isaiah. We're looking at the phrase, a light for the nations. There's a lot of stuff in this. We could do springboard after springboard after springboard about all of the descriptive, the language that gets used in here. But I get pulled to that phrase, a light for the nation. And the springboard that I'm thinking about is a nightlight. Now, I've used this illustration before, using a nightlight, but what I've decided is to continue using that illustration, but with a little twist. So many of the nightlights have a magic eye, if you will, a light sensor, so if it gets dark, the light will come on. I'd like to find one, and the Dollar Tree has many different kinds. And if you can't find one that always stays on, then use a flashlight that always stays on. Maybe use both. Use one that has the light sensor and one that just stays on. And the idea is that we can think that God only shows up, that God only guides us when things are dismal, when things are not okay, and when they feel, for lack of a better word, when they feel dark, when they're heavy. And that's actually one of those things you could play on the light and heavy. Rather than light and dark, but when things feel heavy, and that God comes in here and lifts our burdens and guides us. And that's the idea of the nightlight, is that when I get up in the middle of the night, and usually it's like I love to eat in the middle of the night, and I've loved to eat ever since. Yeah, I love to eat. It's good for my life. But when I was a kid and I'd be staying at my grandparents', I would get up at 3 a.m. in the morning and I would go into the kitchen, and my grandmother, Ma, would be there as well. And Ma made the best bread and the best jam, and so we would have butter and jam on this homemade bread, and then we would talk about everything. And I truly think, and I truly believe this, speaking of anniversary of ordination, my call to ministry started around that table when Ma allowed me to ask questions and things like that. So, and that was a guiding light for me. And that I can't even remember why I brought up that story, but that feeling of truly, I got thinking about my grandmother, and I'm like, I don't know where. Oh, the nightlight guiding me to, welcome to my brain. The nightlight that guides me to the kitchen, or the nightlight that gives you direction to where the bathroom is, or, all of those things that guide us, that give us direction, that point to the way. We, as people of God, can be a light to to the nations. We can be a light for our neighbors. We can be a light for our fellow brothers and sisters in Christ, and for all of the folks that are gathered around us in the congregation and beyond. That we can be that light. That we can be. And I keep getting drawn back to use the difference between light and heavy. There's a lot of conversation about light and dark, or white and black, that play, and how that can be problematic in sometimes in our language a bit. So I'm looking at the light and the heavy, and about playing with that a little bit. Anyway, I have questions as well, so I'm just working on these springboards. But the springboard and the object I'm looking at is the nightlight, and about how, and that it's always on. Whether we can see it clearly doesn't mean it's still not on, and it's still not directing us, and all of that. So anyway, all right. That's the springboard. I'm hoping it can be useful in your own children's sermon. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. Thank you so much for the love that you're sharing with your kids and your families, and you are rocking it. Thank you for the work you're doing. Their lives are better for it, the church's lives better for it, and the world is better for it. All right, peace. We'll see you next week.